What is going on, guys? I'm going to run you through my push day. This workout usually goes for like 45 minutes to an hour, and it's in the new gym. This is the first time doing push at Muscle Factory in Thailand, so I'm stoked to run you guys through it. So let's get into it. Before any type of push workout or chest shoulder workout, I like to do internal external rotations just to warm up my rotator cuff muscles. I found every time that I do this versus I don't do this, I'm able to just get a much better workout, less tightness within my chest shoulder region, which will obviously lead into a better workout. So I do 2 sets of 12 reps with a 45-second rest period in between each arm. 12. Okay, let's move on to the other one. And the trick is with these is to try to keep your elbow in the same place as you rotate. I find training at this time is 10 times better because of the heat. Yeah. You can get a way better pump as well.
I feel it's like in the older days, the hour that you have more energy, like the midday.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And you're more meals into as well.
Exactly.
Yeah. So like I'm into my 3rd meal about now, and I feel good. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
compared to eating 1 meal, and you just like get depleted a lot quicker.
Now I think that I always like want to be like at this hour. So
yeah, like, that's good, bro. Varies depending on client calls and stuff. So, but I'll let you smash it, bro.
Yeah.
You're done. Well, we're gonna do 1 warm-up set, and then we're gonna do 4 working sets. I usually only do 10 to 12 reps for today for the 2nd push day of the week. Let's get it. Sometimes I like just to sit it here just to get that stretch if I'm feeling a little bit tight. That felt good. Okay, so for the working set, we're just going to start off with 20 kilos and just slowly increase our weight as we move up in our sets. We're really focusing on the full range of motion and the stretch on the eccentric part of the movement, and making sure we're getting a good squeeze at the top. If you're finding that your chest or any type of body part that you're training isn't growing, just really look at your form. And that's one thing that I could recommend you guys to actually really focus on and hone in. Everything else is important, but if you're coming into the gym and you're lifting with terrible form, yeah, you might make newbie gains at the beginning, but I personally think you won't be able to fully reach your potential if you're not lifting with the correct form, the full range of motion, and getting that proper mind-muscle connection to get the blood into the muscle properly. And I found ever since I've been focusing on my form and really slowing down the reps, I've been able to put on so much more size. Let's go. That was a good set. I was about 3 reps from complete failure there. So if you're ever in that position where you're on your second or third set and you're not too sure what to do with the weight, but you're almost at complete failure, what I'd recommend is just stay on that weight for your next few sets. By the time you've had your minute rest and go on to your next set, I can guarantee you, you'll get less reps than you did that set. Really trying to target that top of the chest. To have, 8 to 10, 10 to 12, because as you progressively overload up in weight, the rep count is going to drop as it gets heavier. So it's always a wise idea just to give yourself those 2 reps in between. It's always good to give yourself that proper amount of rest as well. It allows the nervous system to actually recover, because if you rush into your sets too quick, you're not going to get the most out of that set. Let's go. And I just want to emphasize how good this equipment at this gym is. It's absolutely insane. It feels so smooth. There's going to be a lot of gains made here. And not just that, they just play banger music. So this is the incline hammer press we're going to use. We just got to find the right, it's way too short. Before you do any exercise, make sure the equipment is adjusted exactly for your body. And I like to just do a few reps with no weight on, and just to make sure that it's the correct adjustments. Okay, that's perfect. We're going to start off with just a 20 aside, and we're going to go for 8 to 10 reps. And also when you're lifting like this, you want to make sure your elbows are tucked down on like a 90-degree angle. And I'm a heavy advocate on not ego lifting. If you just go heavyweight straight out the box on your first few sets, you're just going to gash yourself. Like I did 20 there, perfect form. And to be completely honest, we're probably going to do 5 sets of this. So I'll probably stay on this weight for the next set, and then we'll increase in 5 kilo increments. And that's what I personally like to do. We're already 167 calories in on the second exercise. That's how much your heart gets racing here. Okay, let's jump into it. Again. Remember to focus on form, lock in, and breathe through your stomach as well is key. Okay, let's go up. Let's add another 5 on. I'm gonna change the angle for you guys. Also remember, you're a bodybuilder, not an ego lifter or a power lifter. So weight is just a tool, just remember that. And if you can't hit the rep range, lower your weight. And you feel like if your form or you're getting pains and aches, just make sure you lower your weight. Okay, that's it for the two chest exercises. Now we're gonna do shoulders. We'll do a shoulder press and then a side raise, probably with a machine. And then we'll move into triceps. So let's get into the shoulder press. Okay, so what we're gonna do is 4 sets of 8 to 10 reps. We're gonna start with 15 kilos. Feeling good? Okay, so we're gonna wait a minute and then we're gonna go up to 20 kilos. That felt extremely light. That means we're gonna move some decent weight with these shoulder presses. Like I said, that's feeling pretty good. Let's get into the next one. Okay, let's get it. 8 to 10 reps, locked in. Eight reps. That was a hard one. Okay, let's move into side raises. This next machine, what I'm about to go on, probably one of my favorite machines for side raises. The pathway of this machine is insane. We're gonna do 5 sets with 10 to 12 reps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so we're gonna start on 5 kilos a side. Let's do 4 working sets right now. Again, focus on your form. Make sure everything's tight, and especially with this exercise, you have to make sure your core's locked, because if your core's not locked, you're gonna be too wobbly, and you also wanna make sure you're pulling through with the elbows as you come up, and especially pulling through these 2 fingers. Because I find by pulling this part of your hand, you don't get as much engagement as allowing the weight to sit in your hand with these 2 fingers. But that's just what I find, what works best for me. Another minute rest, and then we're gonna jump into the set. I've also been receiving a lot of messages in terms of like, people are scared to come into the gym and train because they don't know what to do. And my advice to that is everyone in the gym, it doesn't matter what country, what state, where you're from, everyone's in here trying to better themselves and become better human beings. They're more so focused on themselves, and when they're here to train, most people are here to train to escape what is going on from in the outside world. So they're probably not looking at you and judging you. So when you go into the gym next time, just remember, people are not judging you, they're focusing on themselves. And even if they are judging you, who cares what people think? Because at the end of the day, if the people are judging you, they're the people you don't want to hang around with anyway. Let's jump into this set. The weight's almost going to fall off. I don't think they have clips here either to put it on. One thing I'm excited about is for this coming year, this is going to be the most craziest year for me in terms of training wise. I'm literally going to take my physique to the next level, and we're going to be honing into training so much because that IFBB Pro card isn't going to win itself. After this set, I'm going to change angle for you guys. It's getting too heavy now, so what I'm going to do, because I can't even get 12 reps, I'm going to back down the weight and then just stick on to free weight, like no weight at all, and the machine's heavy enough to carry through. And even though I've lowered the weight, all I'm going to do is just slow down the tempo and just make it more difficult. Okay, that's done. Let's move on to triceps. Okay, let's go 12 reps, 12 to 15. My triceps are going to blow up after this. When you keep your core locked through every exercise, you pretty much get a core workout during your workout. Like, I personally don't train my abs at all. And people always ask me, like, do you train your abs? And I say no, and they freak out. But it's not needed, but that takes time to breathe through your stomach and keep your core locked at all times. And for myself personally, I only like to have 45 seconds rest for arms. And some people say it's high volume, this and that, but to be honest, I haven't really had a problem growing my arms with 45-second rest. Let's go. I'm still going to change the angle up for you guys. That way you guys can see the back of the tricep working. And what I like to do is I like to come up to the top, and sometimes I just sit here for a second. For me, it activates my mind-muscle connection to the part of the tricep I want to target. That's if I'm having troubles hitting it during the exercise. Okay, that's me done. let's move into rope tricep extensions. And when I'm changing exercise, I obviously wait about a minute before going into it. And why every rep counts on every single set. Look at it as each rep is like a brick. You're not gonna build your house with bad bricks or a rocky foundation. So when you're in the gym training, make sure that every rep is perfect, or as perfect as what you can make it. Otherwise, you're just gonna be rushing through exercises, and just say like over a year's time, because the compounding effect is real, you're gonna miss out on so many gains from not doing the proper reps. We've only got one more set to go, and then after that we're gonna do some calf raises, and then after calf raises we're gonna do some posing and run it through. Show you guys what we look like with a chest pump, shoulder pump and a tricep pump, or just a push day. Okay, let's get into it. Last set. My tris are feeling blown up. Let's go. And that brings us to the end of the push day. Let's go train some carbs, and then let's get into some posing. So we're only gonna do 3 sets, I think. 3 sets of 20 reps. I got quite horrible carbs, so I definitely need to start focusing on them. 45 seconds rest, and then jump back into it. Because the thing is with carbs and arms, I just find like you don't need to have a prolonged amount of rest. Let's get into some posing. There's really good downloading over in the corner of the gym. Keen to see what the physique looks like with a pump. So that brings us to the end of the push workout. I'll leave exactly the workout what we just did in the description. So let's check out the rig and see what we look like with a pump on. I haven't checked the physique out for a little bit now, and well, for a push day, we had a very high carb day yesterday, so I'm feeling nice and full, and I'm feeling really pumped, so let's check it out. And the thing is, I'm wearing a very tight shirt, so it's going to be a pain in the ass to actually take off. Okay. So this is the physique, pretty much what we're working with at the moment. I feel like I really need to improve my upper chest when I do side chest. My legs have come up heaps as well. But let's run through some poses and see what we're working with. Like I was saying before, ever since I've started prioritizing a lot of incline movements on all my push days, my chest has developed a lot. Creating the perfect physique in my eyes is about just focusing on the body parts that are lacking the most. So for instance, I have genetically, well, I think a genetic strong point is my arms, right? So obviously I don't need to put as much emphasis on the arms as much as I would on my top of my chest, because I find that if I focus on my arms too much, I'm not gonna look proportionate. And the whole thing for me anyways, the goal is to look symmetrical as you possibly can. Leave a comment, give this video a like, subscribe to the channel if you wanna see more. See you guys on the next one.